Let me show you a small, lightweight but fully usable and super stable travel tripod that was designed specifically for mirrorless cameras, and it has features that will just simply blow your mind. This is the UNIQPOD 28.5 tripod. Hey guys, my name is Miklos Mayer. I'm a photography tour guide in Budapest, Hungary, and I've had a few weeks to test this UNIQPOD 28.5 tripod, and I really fell in love with it. I got to like it very much. And in this video, let me show you 5 reasons why I got to like this tripod so much. First is the size and stability. If you take the head off like this, it's just 40 centimeters, that's roughly 16 inches long, and it easily fits into my backpack. By the way, it's just 1 kilogram in weight. Of course, the tripod is fully carbon and it's got a very high quality finish to it. The tripod itself and the ball head together weighs just 1.5 kilograms, that's just like 3.2 pounds. Despite the fact that the tripod is lightweight, it's super stable. Its maximum load capacity is 20 kilograms, that's 44 pounds, so you can easily put like a full frame camera and like a Sony 200 to 600 millimeter lens on it. For this tripod, it's no problem at all. And also, because of the carbon fiber legs, it's very stable and it really dampens the vibrations. For example, look at this. I have put my Nikon Z50 plus a 250mm lens on the tripod, and I magnify it into the live view, and then I just hit the tripod with my finger like this, and look how quick the vibrations go away. And don't forget, this is 250mm lens on a crop sensor body, and it's magnified into the live view, and look how quickly the vibrations are dampened. This tripod is called 28.5 because the carbon fiber tubes on the top have a diameter of 28 millimeters, that's like 1.1 inch, and it's got 5 segments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments, but there's a version called 28.4. That tripod has only 4 segments. I prefer the version with 5 segments. That gives me a lot more flexibility than having only 4 segments, and also this tripod is smaller than the one with 4 segments. This tripod has a center column, which is of course removable, but with the center column, the tripod goes all the way up to 161 centimeters. That's like 5 feet 4 or 5 inches. That means that I can put the camera at my eye level, so it's very useful if I'm videoing myself like now. I mentioned that this tripod was designed specifically for mirrorless cameras. So what did I mean by that? You may have noticed if you put an Arca Swiss type plate onto mirrorless camera, the plate is just way bigger than most of the mirrorless cameras. So this Hungarian company, UniqBall, came up with a new plate design. They call this new plate UniqPLATE. As you can see, it's very thin, so it fits perfectly mirrorless and compact cameras. This is how it looks on a Sony RX100, and this is how it looks on my Nikon Z50. By the way, it's so thin that on the Nikon Z50 I can still flip the screen down. The plate is not in the way. And this is the only plate I can do this with. Of course, you can not only use the tripod with this UniqPLATE, you can also use a tripod with traditional Arca Swiss type plates. So UniqBall came up with a new clamp design. They call it cross clamp. So in one direction you can put the UniqPLATE onto the ball head, but in the other direction you can put standard Arca Swiss type plates easily. So that's why it's called cross clamp, because one way it's UniqPLATE, other way it's Arca Swiss. So the thin design of this UniqPlate is not the only feature. Just look at this. It's such a great idea. There are small edges on both sides of the UniqPlate, and with the help of these you can actually put the camera in a vertical position onto the ball head. Isn't that cool? So you won't need any kind of air brackets. It's already in the plate design. And believe me, I was very skeptical, so I put my heaviest camera, a Canon 6D plus a 70-200mm lens on it, and tested it in vertical mode, and I have to tell you, it did the job perfectly. It was super stable. It just worked. The other cool feature of this tripod is the special leveling ball head. Now, if you don't know what a leveling ball head is, don't worry, I didn't know either before I used this tripod, but it's very simple. You just loosen this knob, and then the center column is able to move around. And there's a bubble on top of the ball head, and you adjust it to be perfectly level, and when it's level, you just tighten the knob. And after this, if you loosen the ball head, the camera is always going to be leveled no matter where you're pointing at. So no matter where you're pointing it, it's always going to be leveled. So this is great for people who do lots of panning shots. This is great for wildlife photographers who put down their tripod into one place and they are shooting one direction one moment, and the other moment they are shooting that direction, and they can make sure that all of their shots will be perfectly leveled. It can be so disappointing when there's a great shot and you can see that it's slanted. With this ball head, it just can't happen if you use it properly. Of course, you can pan horizontally as well with the ball head if you loosen this knob, and there's a nice degree scale on the bottom of the ball head, so you can use that for panorama. This leveling ball head design is also very useful for video. So if you are panning in video from this direction to the other direction, you can make sure that your shot is always going to be leveled. It's almost like using a video head, but with the easiness of using a ball head at the same time. I also really like the twist lock mechanism of the legs. Personally, I prefer twist lock mechanisms over flip lock mechanisms. This tripod has a super durable twist lock mechanism, and it just takes a quarter of a turn to loosen them and then a quarter of a turn to tighten them back. And once you tighten them, it's really stable and can bear a lot of weight. Like, I'm pushing the tripod hard into the ground now, and it's not moving at all. So just quarter of a turn, push it back, and then quarter of a turn and tighten it back. This UniQPOD tripod is also super flexible. The legs can be tilted up in 3 angles, so like this, or like this, or like this. And each time it makes a very nice click. Yeah, I love that sound. It's just a man thing. The center column, of course, can be easily removed. Just take the head off first and then unlock this screw and take the bubble off and loosen the knob on the top of the tripod and just simply pull the central column out. And now with that screw that had been at the bottom of the central column, tighten the head back, and just that's it. Now with the legs tilted up, the camera can be put super close to the ground. Or if I want to, I can put the center column in a backward position, and so then the camera can really literally touch the ground. But personally, I have never ever used any tripod like this ever. So I think the UniQPOD 28.5 tripod is really for those people who want to have a super usable, very durable and stable tripod at a small size and at a very light weight. I hope this video helps you a bit. You can find the purchase link under the video. All the best from Hungary, and see you soon.